Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with Leigh, who you recently saw in her Tutorial Tuesday video. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out over here. And today I thought we could just sit down and have a little chat about makeup and HG products and, you know, kind of Leigh's outlook on makeup. What is your, relationship to or outlook on makeup?
Makeup for me, I was one of those people who was kind of slow into makeup. I kind of wore it maybe once a week and really natural when I was a teen. And it's kind of gotten to a point too, just because I'm very, very active, where makeup is almost more costume for me. Like, I like putting it on. I've started calling when I get a chance to dress up and do all my makeup, I call it putting on the costume of pretty for myself, because it's definitely not what I do every day at all. It's not necessarily me, but it's something I have a lot of fun with when I get a chance to do it. And which is why sometimes I am more willing to do bold colors with my makeup, even though I don't necessarily buy a lot of different things, because the idea is it is to wear it to have fun. So I will do more it's fun to try new things.
On a day-to-day basis, are you like a mascara and lip gloss or like totally bare-faced type?
Typically totally barefaced.
Totally
I'm living rurally right now, so
Yeah.
It feels kind of funny to put mascara on to go play with a chainsaw, or making sure I have lipstick on or foundation that's not going to smear if I'm going and doing like martial arts and stuff with people. Don't need makeup coming off on someone.
Makes sense.
So day to day, no makeup at all. But if I'm going out with friends or going out to dinner with my husband or whatever, I'll do a bit, or really pump it up if I'm having fun with friends. And yeah.
Sounds good. And what are if you had just a couple absolute must-have products that you would die if they got discontinued, or if you didn't have it, you'd go out and repurchase it right away, what would it be?
One would be, as I did in the tutorial, the CoverGirl lipsticks. They're kind of they have very little, there's nothing on there.
Totally transfer proof.
They're transfer proof. I've gotten it in a few different shades. Even the really, really deep reds in them tend to stick on really well, and they don't come off. Even sometimes drinking coffee, the stain will stay on pretty well. You have to be eating fairly greasy food. It'll even last modestly through meals. So
Nice.
Maybe one reapply, but I've definitely gone out with friends and wearing the bright red lipstick, and I've not reapplied in a whole evening. So these are definitely one of my favorites, and I do even really like the more moisturizing layer, because this I'll reapply in a few nights if it starts feeling dry from doing stuff, because it is just like a nice chapstick kind of, it's really nice. So that one for sure. And actually the recent one for me too is actually the Bare Minerals hydrating gel cream. This stuff I've really, really liked it. A lot of other foundations I find go on a little bit too heavy that I like this. I don't feel like I'm wearing foundation. I like that you can build it up if you want more coverage, but if I just put one layer on, it evens me out. It does feel moisturizing, so I don't feel dried out wearing it for a day. And I like the fact that a little bit of my freckles can show through, my rosiness comes through, so I don't have to add more makeup if I don't want to.
Yeah, and I honestly would almost be hesitant to try a Bare Minerals non-powder foundation, because that's kind of what they're known for. So how did you even discover it?
While I was living in the US, I actually decided, I was like, I'm going to spend a little bit of money on a couple decent things, especially because the sun is so intense there. I really wanted to get a decent foundation that had a sunscreen in it if I was going to put it on every day, and I can get dry skin, so I actually went into, there was a full Bare Minerals store in the mall I went into. And so I just talked to the lady behind the counter there who was working the store and being like, oh, I'm looking for something with an SPF that's hydrating and all that. And that's the product she gave me, and it ended up being really, really nice. I'm really happy with it. So
See, I thought you go to a Sephora, not an actual Bare Minerals store.
Yeah, no,
we don't have them in Canada.
Yeah, no, they actually had it. They have them in their Sephoras as well, but there was actually a Bare Minerals store that I went into, and I thought,
crazy.
I'm like, I recognize the name. I'm going to give it a try. And yeah, I was really impressed. So those are the primary ones. Again, I do have a lot of fun with the different little L'Oreal, but for eyeshadow, I am fairly open to trying different things. I've really liked these Studio Secret ones, because they have a lot of pigment. I just like if I'm trying to put on eyeshadow and it's like, is it going on? Is it going on? If I'm putting on color or something, I really want it to be there and stand out. So I definitely kind of admire people who actually wear the much stronger makeup all the time, because it looks amazing. It's one of those things where I just don't quite feel comfortable for myself, but I think it's really cool when people can do all the contouring and the heavy makeup. It's really interesting. something that for trying it out, I personally would have to probably wait to Halloween to try it out. So I feel brave enough to attempt that. So if it looks a little off, it's okay because it's Halloween if I haven't gotten it quite right. Because it's definitely not my everyday. The fact that I wear makeup itself so little, it's quite common for me to go somewhere and my friends will be like, what the? Oh, yeah, I'm wearing lipstick. Get over it. Like it's that uncommon for me to wear that I've especially like one time I did actually put on like a strong red lipstick, like one of the CoverGirl ones because they last, and I wore it to Kung Fu, and everyone was like, "What? Why are you? What?"
It's gonna last all costs.
It's
Don't
fine.
worry about it.
Yes, I felt like wearing makeup today. Get over it.
So do you watch a lot of YouTube?
Not too much. I mainly have watched your videos because you're my friend, and it's more interesting to me that and I'll go and kind of hunt specifically for tutorials if I want to do a look. Like I know I wanted a 50s makeup look for Halloween a few years ago, which ended up I actually, because it's a costume but I wanted something that performed well, I ended up spending a bit more money on actually the makeup. I don't use it for my everyday stuff, but I bought a more expensive lipstick and a more expensive, like the gel eyeliners that you put on with the brush.
Yeah.
Just to get the look right.
Nice. So you're like willing to splurge on the special events.
Yeah.
Is there another like YouTuber you'd recommend? Or it's basically tutorial based?
Yeah, it's basically tutorial based if I'm hunting for stuff. I watch a lot of video game things or comedy and video games is what I watch. So
give us a YouTuber in each category you could recommend.
Video games, awesome Games Done Quick. Games Done Quick, they do a summer and a winter event. They're really good too because it's actually a charity event. They have often raised, I think this last thing they raised over $1 million for Doctors Without Borders.
Wow.
And they're really, really fun to watch because they do speed runs of various games. So these are people who are the best at all these games. They come in, they volunteer their time, and they're raising money for a charity. So they're really interesting to watch. They do things like a Super Metroid race. So you have 4 people playing, and sometimes like 3 people fail and there's just one person playing. Like, so you can go, so if there's a game you really, really love, they'll be playing them and you get to see people really good, sometimes taking advantage of glitches or just being really good at the game.
Knowing everything about each level, basically.
Yeah, and for comedy, YouTuber I really like would be Comment Etiquette.
Oh my god, I love Comment Etiquette.
He's hilarious.
He's gotten a lot less hot now that he cut his hair, though.
Not many people can pull off pineapple hair.
That's true.
So he does a lot of funny stuff where it is kind of making fun of how terrible YouTube comments are. So if you hate YouTube comments and think they're just... Most people make like how gross they can be. He makes fun of them in a wonderful way. So
that is a very good recommendation.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Awesome. Well, I think that's everything that we wanted to talk about. So stay tuned next week, and she's gonna show you this look. And aside from that, I guess we'll sign off. So Leigh, I'll let you sign us off.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.